their colleges.
Yep.
Right?
I know that. This is all about being denied mostly access. I definitely do not think there's any malpractice. I think there is a deficit in what doctors feel trained on and their lack of comfort or lack of training, really, and being treated in a human rights fashion, like not my medical treatment, but my I'm treated differently because of my autism. You know, I'm given less attention. I'm treated like I'm too much. I'm treated like a threat. I'm treated like I don't deserve health care.
Right. So, I mean, you can file an application based on those things and just showing how it's connected to disability. And
then I will do the same thing with my education, feeling like I do not deserve access to education based off of my class, and you know, it's and just seeing the struggle in myself and being forced into sex work to get my degree, and you know, all of the things that I've had to sacrifice to get things that are handed off to people who have money, and there's a lot of issues there with my access to university.
But those, that's not really a code. That's not something that's covered by the Ontario Human Rights Code.
It will be. Okay, so I'm actually...
Is it related to disability or...
No, class. Do you know what class is?
Yeah, but that's...
Oh, it will
be.
It
doesn't really...
But it will be.
Okay.
It will be. Do you think that class is... It's one of the most prominent things that we discriminate people for?
Well...
Are you going to disagree?
Not exactly. All I'm going to say is that...
Class separates the same people in a family. Class separates the same people in the same country of all the same race. Class separates...
I guess I understand those things. I embody that. It's just that the tribunal only has the authority or quote-unquote jurisdiction to deal with issues that are covered by the Ontario Human Rights Code.
So does the tribunal... Does the tribunal think that class is acceptable discrimination?
I don't think that's the questions that they deal with. I think that they only deal with what's covered by the Ontario Human Rights Code.
Well, I'm going to add it to the list.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be added to the list. Classism is rich in society, and it's got to end. Gosh, gated communities, people treated like shit if you don't look a certain way. Even rich people are discriminated against, you know? I mean, the separation, the division, class is what divides everybody. And for the Human Rights Tribunal to not recognize that on record, or to not train people to recognize class in any kind of discrimination case, is, I think, negligence. What do you think?
Well, all I know is that that's probably it's going to be an uphill battle.
I know.
Convince the tribunal to deliver a decision based on a law, based on something that's not covered by the Ontario Human Rights Code.
Well, maybe I'll sue them for not being qualified. Maybe they're all of a certain class and there's not enough diversity in the room. And maybe they need to be represented, and maybe they need to defend themselves on public record. You know, I'm not afraid of anybody, and I'm not afraid to put anybody in their place. And I already know that there's a lot of people that are in the wrong spot. And I know that a lot of people don't have first-hand experience in different classes, and that they're making decisions for other classes without that first-hand experience. And that's going to end. Okay? There are white people making decisions for people with First Nations. There are neurotypicals making decisions for people with autism. There are people who have been born into wealth who are making decisions for people who are living on the street. You think that's acceptable?
I don't think that the Ontario Human Rights Code deals with all of those issues.
But we're going to. And if nothing gets done after, then it will be put on public record, and it will just start the steps. Someone else is going to see this, and it will be a bridge to the next one, and to the next one. But I'm not stopping. Like, this is going to change. I am not happy, and things change all the time. I'm not satisfied with the human rights justice system, or the tribunal, or what they deem is what is righteous for them to put on the list of what is human rights and what isn't. Okay?
Well, they're not the ones who did that. That would be the
legislators? Okay, well,
yeah,
is it all? Well, how do I, like, this is how I sue them, isn't it? Isn't this how I sue legislators to fix it? This is the process. This is how to get it done, sweetie. I can't do it any other way. I've tried every other way. They don't return my calls. Legislators do not return my calls. They ignore me. They don't return my emails. They ignore me. I'm taking them to court. Change it. Who would this be with? The Ministry of Justice? Okay, so I will sue the Ministry of Justice through the tribunal, and we'll fix it. We will add it to the list. And if they don't fix it, we'll go to the Supreme Court. And if they don't fix it, we'll go to the United Nations. And if they don't fucking fix it, oh my God. What's next? Do you understand where I'm going?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't like people telling me that certain rights aren't deserving of the same treatment when everybody knows that classism is a big one, and so are the fact